Hello and welcome back, my wonderful Tome Readers. 4th of July stream. Yeah, we're doing something super special in that we're not doing anything America or firework they need to thank. Fucking Jesus. Cause, fucking we don't need that rah rah USA in these trying times. So we are instead going to continue the nice, positive love and acceptance game that is Please Be Happy. Because, good lord, some people need a reminder. It's like, hey, sometimes being happy is a good enough goal. Trying to spread hate is not. But yeah, last time, what did we live off on? We got encouraged by Aspen and Juliet to go get a hobby. That hobbyless behaviors do not befit us. One thing we tried was tennis with, I think it was Lena, Aspen's co-worker at the cafe, who declined to give us the time, let alone location of the activity, but we managed to make our way there regardless. And we also got a job offer. We considered cafe as well, but then Juliet offered at the library, and we're probably gonna have to learn how to read just a little bit. But yeah, let's go ahead, hop right in.
About time. I was getting bored.
Oh, there you go. Right, we had a new day with new activity of which there is only one, and it is back at the park. Knocked out right off the bat. I got sit. Sorry about that. Since I don't have anything better to do, I decided back to the park to see Lena. Aspen told me where and when I could find her, although we both know that Lena won't have any idea who I am. Making sure that I see Aspen and Juliet every day is hard enough as it is. Although I like Lena, I don't think I could put in the effort to have her remember me too. Maybe she started coming by the library in the mornings like Aspen does. Although I'm pretty sure that's the last thing Aspen would ever want to happen. I go back to the park where we played tennis and wander around searching for Lena. It takes a bit longer since I'm not looking for something as obvious as a tennis court, but I finally find her in a group of people near some trees. All of them, including her, have shovels in their hands and are working on digging holes. Diggy hole. Finally, something I'm good at. Although compared to tennis, it looks more like a punishment than a hobby. I walk over to Lena, who's barely made a dent in the ground. She waves and she sees me, but not in a familiar way.
Hi there. Here to volunteer? Maybe. Volunteer for what? To save the planet, duh! What does it look like we're doing?
Digging random holes in a park.
Digging in the dirt?
Called it.
Exactly! We're planting new trees to, help beautify the city of Wellington by promoting natural resources. I think.
Yeah, you seem like you know all about why you're doing it, and no ulterior motives whatsoever. She says the second part like she's reading off of a label or a sign.
If you want to help out, go talk to Cyrus. He'll get you all set up.
Ah, so we have a name for the man now, huh? Lena points over at someone that I sort of recognize, the dryad that Lena was watching when we played tennis. Oh, Not gonna lie, I assumed he would not be such a sickly pale color being a dryad. I assumed a bit more like a lively bright green, or maybe like some flower details, but since I'm here, I may as well give it a shot, so I follow her instructions and walk over. Oh, there we go.
Hi there. I'm here to help out.
Welcome aboard. I'm Cyrus. Here's a sapling and a shovel.
Cyrus holds out a shovel in one hand and a small bucket with a tree in the other. I take them, doing my best not to drop the sapling.
Okay. I'm Miho. What do we do now?
First you dig, then you plant. Then you do that over and over until you get bored and go home.
That sounds easy enough.
Everyone says that at first. Good luck.
Yeah, let's work off some of that excitable energy we got. He starts to walk away, but then pauses.
Hey, quick question. Are you friends with that girl over there? The one with the wings?
Okay, where is this going?
Lena? Sort of.
Can you let me know if she...
If she...
Actually, never mind. Forget it.
Dang it. Was he actually self-aware?
Let me know if you need any help.
This time he really does leave, walking around to check the progress everyone is making. Now that I'm all set up, I take the things he gave me and go back to where Lena is.
Good to go? Since you're new too, let's have a race. We can see who plants more trees by the end.
I mean, the animal part that she has implies that she's a lot better at digging, so we'll see. Before I can respond or even think about it, Lena starts furiously hacking at the ground. Dirt flies like when I was building my den. I watch for a second, then start my own. I don't really want to compete with Lena, so I go at my own pace. It's a little awkward. I could do this in seconds as a fox, but using a shovel feels strange and inefficient. Muscles I didn't even know I had start to feel sore. Only a few minutes later, Lena sprawls on the ground in exhaustion. She's only halfway done at best.
I didn't think it'd be so hard to dig a hole.
Diggy diggy hole. While she's laying there, Cyrus comes around on one of his inspections. He stops and examines both of our handiwork.
Nice job, Miho. You're a natural. Lena, good effort.
Lena leaps to her feet, using her wings to propel herself to standing position.
I wasn't taking a break. I was, testing the ground to see if it might be softer over here. Look, this one will be even better.
Oh boy, girl, come on. Before our eyes, Lena starts to attack the ground again, even faster than when she started racing me. Dirt sails over her heads as she tosses away from herself, with some of it falling on Cyrus's head. He looks strangely resigned.
Just don't hurt yourself, okay? I don't want to have to carry someone to the hospital again.
Yeah, those arms don't look very good for carrying people.
Carrie?
No, Lena, no, please, don't.
I mean, again?
Lena asks questions without stopping her work.
It's a long story. Anyway, just be careful.
As he begins to leave, Cyrus puts a hand on my shoulder. I tense up, but manage to not shake it off.
Keep an eye on her, would you?
I nod and Cyrus walks away. As soon as he's out of earshot, Lena comes to a halt.
Miho, right? I need you to break my
No, no half measures for Lena.
You... what? Yeah, maybe that's a bit much. Maybe just a finger would be enough.
But then he wouldn't have to carry you because it's a finger.
Why would you want to do that? Oh, you're right! A broken leg would make more sense.
Lena, please, chill. I'm not sure we're having the same conversation. I decided to try a different approach.
So, are you and Cyrus friends or something?
No, but she hopes.
Friends? Kind of. Unfortunately. You don't want to be friends? I want to be more than that!
hear that. The first time ever, Elena looks around after speaking like she's worried someone might have heard her. You're going to get to this from her perspective, stranger. It's like, come on.
Like, best friends?
Is this how Mio learns about, like, dating and stuff?
More than that. Like boyfriend and girlfriend. Oh.
Okay, no, she's familiar with the concept. Whew. Not too sheltered. That explains why I didn't understand.
How's that going?
Just blunt, okay. She sighs and her wings droop.
Well, you just saw pretty much.
Yeah.
I know Cyrus from ballet, but I quit ballet, so I only get to see him at other stuff like this. But he's always trying something new every week, so I do too.
Girl, come on, you just talk to him.
But it's kind of hard to talk to him, especially when he's so busy. When I heard he was gonna come plant trees, I had no idea he'd be in charge. So I can't let him think I'm a slacker or bad at tennis. Not when he already thinks I'm a quitter.
Oh boy.
I think I get it.
One thing I know for sure is that it sounds complicated. Good luck, Lena. Two of us go back to shoveling dirt, and eventually we go deep enough that we can plant the saplings Cyrus gave us. I carefully set mine in the ground and cover it back up the same way I've seen other people doing. When it's time to wrap up, Cyrus makes one last trip around, collecting shovels and handing out water bottles. When he reaches us, he nods approvingly.
Good work, both of you.
Thanks.
I gulp down the water he gives me in just a few swigs.
Yeah, thanks.
On the other hand, Lena still seems a little dejected. She doesn't even try to talk to Cyrus before he leaves. When the two of us part ways, she just gives me a half-hearted wave.
See you later. Yeah, bye.
I'm not even sure what she'll be doing next time, much less when or where. Maybe Aspen will tell me about it again. Taking holes wasn't exactly something I'd want to do a second time, but planting a tree was satisfying. And I'm kind of curious to see how things go with Lane and Cyrus, if they go at all. Lena's kind of a lot, as my Aspen says, but she's nice. I hope everything works out for her, at least. Looking around, I notice I'm the only one left, so I toss my empty bottle in a recycling bin and start making my way back. Make my way to... Yeah, I'm starting to understand how well the game is making use of the fact that people just forget us if we don't see them in back-to-back days. How it allows them to, like, semi-randomize events of whatever just happens. Let's see. We've already started the fishing stuff. I want to see what the kids up to on Cuba Street, because it looks like there's a book icon they wish to read, or feeling like I could use a break, I head down to Cuba Street. While I walk, I count the bills in my wallet. Not having to worry about money so much is nice. I can buy so many snacks and no one can yell at me now. Excuse me. When I get there, I zero in on the convenience store I stole sandwiches from on my first day here. Browse through, grabbing anything that looks good and carrying up to the front where I dump everything on the counter. Does she not have enough money?
All of these, please.
Are you having a party or something?
Nope. It's all for me.
The impressed-looking employee fills up a plastic bag with my bounty. Chips, candy, sandwiches.
Now, to find somewhere to enjoy these.
Okay. So I guess the not enough money is not the point of this excursion. I don't want to walk all the way back to the library, but all the benches around here are full. Carry my bag up the street and then down another, and another. Eventually, I reach a place I've never seen before. A large brick entrance looms over me with a wide open black gate. People are going in and out freely, so it must be okay. It's not breaking and entering if everyone's doing it, right? As soon as I step in, I'm surrounded by plants. There's green in every direction. I don't have to walk very long before I find exactly what I'm looking for. A nice, quiet bench in the shade of a couple trees. As I'm walking over, something suddenly flies past my face. First I think it's a bird or a piece of cloth caught in the wind, but after a second I realize it's a fabled one that seems kind of familiar. It drifts away without stopping and floats in the opposite direction from me. I go and sit down, unwrapping the snack bar that I bought and take a big bite. Munching and crunching, a bug starts to buzz around my head. We've waited a few times, but just keeps coming back to hurt.
What is it with things getting in my face today?
Freezing. No matter how many times I swat at it, the bug doesn't give up. Finally, I go to knock it away and totally by accident, end up catching it in my hand instead. Oh. Reflexes are too good. They're gross. I feel it buzzing against my palms. It flies around, trying to find a way out. It's not exactly pleasant. Not sure what to do with it. If I just toss it in the bushes, it'll come right back.
Can I have that?
Ah. Don't eat it all in one sitting. No. A voice from behind almost startles me into letting the bug go. Spin around to come face to face with a fable that flew by a couple minutes ago. Just beneath him is a kid.
Have the bug? Yeah, it's for my collection.
The boy holds up a book with some pictures of other bugs on it.
I've got almost all the bugs on this page. That's the only one left.
Suddenly, I remember I've seen both him and the fable before on the pier. Time from his mom a couple weeks ago. I think his name was Tommy. It took me a bit to recognize him since he wasn't pouting.
Mom won't let me keep bugs because she says they're dirty, but Dad doesn't mind.
Ah, so it's like that.
So can I have it? Please?
Pulls out a little jar from one of his pockets and opens the lid.
Well, that solves my problem, I guess.
I dump the bug into the jar and Tommy quickly shuts it.
Thanks. Kirby and I were tracking this one all day.
Fabled bubs up and down in agreement. At least I think it's agreement. Oh. I'm assuming this is the dad, though it could be older brother. All three of us turn at the sound of footsteps as someone else approaches us. My private spot is filled up pretty fast.
Hi, bud. You catch anything good yet?
Dad! Look what this lady caught!
Tommy runs up and shoves the jar into the man's face. He takes it and inspects the bug inside.
Oh, looks like a big one. Did you say thank you?
Yeah, Gerby did too. Oh, is that what it meant when you bobbed up and down?
Both Tommy and his dad stare at me like I've just said something crazy. I take an instinctive step backwards.
You mean that...
You can see Gerby? You mean he's real?
The panic as he said that line. Oh, that's right. I remember this from last time. No one except Tommy can see Gerby. Tommy and B, apparently.
Yeah, he's floating right there. He has a purple flower on his head. And on his sides.
I point to Gerby. Although the little fable doesn't have a mouth, its eyes crinkle up in a way that makes me think he'd be smiling.
Wow, she can really see him! See, I told you he was real, told you!
Tommy's dad whistles in wonder.
You sure did, kiddo.
Dad's mind blown. The imaginary friend is real. What else has the kid been saying that you didn't believe? He turns to me.
Not sure how you did it, but you're the first person I've met who's been able to see Gerby. I've heard lots about him, of course. My name's Elijah, by the way, and I'm a reporter for one of the local papers. Mind if I ask you a couple questions?
Ah, damn it. I got trapped by a journalist. I just want to eat a snack in peace, not being asked to do an interview. I discomfort my show because Elijah waves a hand just like when I was trying to wave the bug away.
It's fine, it's fine. Forget I asked. Didn't mean to put you on the spot.
I'm just not very good at talking to people.
No worries. Thanks for helping Tommy catch that bug, though. Beats me having to do it.
Sure. It was kind of an accident, though.
Hey, an accident doesn't have to be a bad thing. Me and Tommy should probably be heading out, though, or his mum's gonna be upset with me. Oh, and Gerby.
There's a joke I can make here, but it seems too easy.
Okay.
Low-hanging fruit and all that.
Okay. Say bye, Tommy.
Bye!
Oh, what a cute kid. Elijah takes Tommy's hand and leads him back out the gate, holding Tommy's books in his other hand. Tommy carries the bug in the jar, peeking in to check on it every few steps. Only Gerby stays behind, orbiting around my head a couple times before bouncing up and down. Then he floats off in the same direction as the other two. When I'm finally alone, I sigh with relief. At long last, I enjoy the snacks I bought earlier. When a bug shows up and starts flying around me, I just leave it alone. I'm not taking any more chances. Catch a bug, summon a little kid, apparently. After another day spent entertaining myself around town, I decide to take Aspen's advice and ask Juliet about a TV. Light is on in Juliet's study, meaning she's in there. Knock the door and get an instant response.
Come in.
The study hasn't changed at all since I was here a couple days ago, except there aren't any bats in the corner this time. It's just me and her.
Hi.
Good evening, Miho. What brings you here?
I'm a little bit worried about how to do this. Usually I just take something I want. Lately, I've started saying yes when people offer me things, but going in just asking for something? I'll have to do it sometime.
I had a question. Yesterday, Aspen said I should ask about getting a TV in my room. That way, I'd have something to do.
Oh, that is a good idea. I take it today wasn't particularly exciting either.
It was aight.
Not really. It was fine. Nothing bad happened. I'm just...
I don't want to say I'm bored, but she thinks I'm blaming her or ungrateful. I bite my lip trying to think of a better way to put it, but she seems to read my mind.
Bored? It's all right, you can say it. An empty room would be boring for anyone. I believe there should be a television somewhere around. Let's take a look.
I follow behind her out of the office. Juliet takes me down in the hallways I've never been down, and where I don't think I've ever seen lights turned on. We pass by several doors.
What are all these rooms?
They've been all kinds of things over the years. Bedrooms, studies, playrooms. But now they're mostly just storage.
We stop in front of one door, indistinguishable from the rest.
I believe this is the one.
It's not locked. Juliet just opens it normally. Inside is dark and dusty. Windows covered with heavy curtains that don't let any light in. In other words, what you'd expect from a vampire's house. Sounds of junk leaning against the walls, like some bicycles and a dresser that's missing a drawer.
Ah, there it is.
Juliet points and I see what she's looking at. There's a TV in one corner with its cords wrapped around itself in a thick blanket. I'm sorry, it's bugged me. How do you lose a drawer for a dresser? I can't think of any circumstances where you would lose it and then also keep it, despite the lack of drawer. Like, at least find or make something else to fit in the space. I don't know. Anyway, we both walk over and wipe some of the dust away. It immediately blows in my face. Oh, that's a cute sneeze.
Miho, are you alright?
Still, I'm back a few steps away.
As you can tell, it's been a while since I've come in here.
much more carefully than me, Julia cleans off the TV.
I believe it should still work, though.
Okay, I can move it to my room then.
It's all right. I can take it.
Oh, but you get dust on your very princely attire. Juliet effortlessly lifts the TV up and begins to carry it to my room.
Whoa.
I know from experience that TVs aren't exactly easy to lift.
I need to remind myself to never piss her off.
Hurry after her, arriving out in her room just as she sets the TV down in the corner and plugs it in.
Let's see.
She presses the power button and with a soft buzz, it comes to life.
It works!
Indeed. I'm relieved. Let me try to remember how to use it.
It's kind of slow, but she manages to explain all the different buttons and what they do and how to use the remote. It doesn't seem that complicated, but also I never learned how to do it either. Once to make sure it's not going to die or anything, Juliet leaves me on my own with it. I change through all the channels, getting an idea for what there is. There's some channels with cartoons, which I know are meant for kids. Also some shows with real people in them, but they don't make much sense to me. Even if I did watch them from the beginning. There are also plenty of ads. I recognize more products than I do shows. That probably has more to do with my lifestyle than anything else, though. Even flipping through stations constantly, I do find myself having much more fun than if I was just napping or walking around. I see why some humans do this all day. Girl, wait until you see the internet. Eventually I go back to one of the cartoon channels. Even if they're for kids, they're easier to follow along with. I pick one and leave it running, climbing into bed to watch. I end up spending a few hours watching until I fall asleep that night. Having something else to follow along with and think about is a nice distraction from having my own doubts and worries creep up on me. If this is what a normal life is like, then maybe it's something I could get used to after all. Right, back to next morning. Ooh, we have another lame thing at the park. What's she up to? And actually, because it's been a bit. Quick save and a regular save. Excuse me. During a conversation with Aspen, she told me about what Lena's next adventure would be, an outdoor painting class. When that time rolls around, I decide to go check it out. Just like the other activities I've tried with Lena, it'll be happening in the park. When I arrive, I don't even have to look around. The class is right next to the entrance. The group is bigger than the ones for tennis and tree planting. Everyone has a big canvas on a stand in front of them, and there are a bunch of paints and brushes in the middle. Lena's easy to find, like always. I see Cyrus on the other side of the crowd, away from her. It seems like he's not the one in charge today. Friendly person A, paint stained apron, sees me arrive and tells me to choose a canvas and some art supplies. Then sends me to find a spot. Naturally, I head over to where Lena is.
Hey, mind if I set up here? Oh, sure. Are you new here?
Yeah, well, let's go with that.
Yeah, this is my first time painting. Me too. Wanna have a
Can't race painting.
Actually, maybe you shouldn't race when you're painting.
Sounds smart, Lena. Thank you. I take a peek at what Lena's been working on. It doesn't seem like there's a particular topic, so everyone's painting is different. Lena's painting is a picture of a young swan with a pink flower on its head. It's surprisingly great.
This is amazing for your first time.
And feels very metaphorical for a reason.
You think so? I mean, of course it is. What are you gonna paint? I don't know yet. Let's see.
There are a bunch of different sized brushes and a variety of colors. Having so many options to choose from makes it harder, not easier to decide which. Big mood, and sometimes one of the easiest shortcuts to being creative is giving yourself limits rather than access to everything. Let's see, for example, back in my high school, we had a not really like an art magazine, but like people could submit poetry or art or photos for it. It's pretty much a creative works thing. And I mean, they couldn't do short stories, so there are limits on length, and there's a limit on how many total submissions you could have. And I submitted a bunch, enough to the point where they had to like come contact me. It's like, hey, you got like a lot of stuff here, but unfortunately you're gonna have to pick your favorites. And I couldn't. But yeah, it's the poetry I put in, I would like limit myself by saying, okay, this is the rhyme scheme I'm gonna go with. Like there could be some overlaps, like A's and C's also rhyming, but it's like pairing them specifically. And having to work around that gave me ideas of what word choice or how to build the imagery of it. And that, for some people, is a lot easier than just saying, alright, I'm gonna write a poem. But what about, you know? Maybe I should go for something simple, like a tree. Choosing a brush and a shade of brown, I get to work.
Alright, everyone. Warm-up's over. Go ahead and find a partner. I'm going to work on portraits today.
I like the choice of voice actor, because it sounds like they're trying to do, not necessarily an impression of Bob Ross, but trying to go for the same vibe. My tree is mostly done by now. It's not very detailed. It doesn't look like any tree I've ever seen in real life, but at least I can tell what it's supposed to be. When the instructor says to choose a partner, I instinctively turn to Lena, preparing to ask her. But of course, she's looking over in Cyrus's direction. I sigh to myself.
You should go ask him before he ends up with someone else.
Because you're obvious. Well, we and I have to partner up with a stranger. But as far as Lane is concerned, she and I are already strangers, so it shouldn't make that much of a difference. Lena jumps in shock.
Whoa, are you a mind reader?
No, girl. You're just down bad and oblivious.
Something like that. That's so cool! You're right, though. But what if he says no?
I mean, the odds of that raise higher and higher the longer you wait.
Then he says no, I guess. Nothing would have changed, right?
She taps her chin.
You know, you kind of remind me of someone I work with. Anyway, wish me luck. Good luck.
Slaps ass, get in there, champ. I know you can do it. Yeah, it's weird. It's like she's all energy, and it's like, yeah, I'm gonna do it, just like on a dime. Except when it comes to him. Watches Lena, goes up to Cyrus and talks to him, too far away for me to hear. I guess it must work out, because they soon set up their canvases facing each other. Unfortunately, watching them means I missed out on my chance to find a partner. When I look around, everyone else is matched up with someone. That's more than fine with me, but unfortunately, the instructor comes over and invites me to partner up with him, which I grudgingly accept. For the next little while, I struggle to make something that resembles the woman across from me. This would be a lot easier if she looked like a tree. After 10 or 15 minutes, he claps his hands to get everyone's attention.
Time to change things up. Show your partners what you made, and then go find a new partner.
While everyone gets to that, he brings his canvas over to show me.
Whoa.
It's definitely me. My tail's fluffier in real life, my ears aren't that big, but I can still recognize myself.
Mine's not even close to that good.
It's all about trying. You don't get better without doing. turn around the canvas so he can see the results compared to the painting he made. I'm kind of embarrassed to share. Still, he smiles at it.
I think it's lovely. Painting is like anything else.
I'm just saying.
You do it, the more you improve. And I've been doing it for a long time. We all have to start somewhere, though.
Mm-hmm. So I think, if that seems too daunting for some of you out there about starting a new art, knowing you're going to be bad, think of it like writing. Especially like writing something like a book. The first draft is never going to be the same as the final draft that goes to print. There's going to be editing or reordering things or finding grammatical or spelling mistakes that you didn't notice the first time through. I mean, with the fake, I am actively trying to write with a every other week schedule because fucking dialogue sucks. The number of times I have to go back through a scene and go, this doesn't make as much sense as when I first wrote it. But editing is so much easier than getting the words on the page. You need something to edit, though. You can't get better if you just think in theory. You gotta do. Though with the instructor and I are done talking, someone taps me on the shoulder. I turn around to see Elena.
Hey, let's be partners.
Alright, but you better fucking spill the tea.
Sure.
Secretly, I just think to myself about how I'm getting paired up with another great artist. The instructor blows a whistle to signal start, and Blaine and I both get to work.
So, how'd it go? How'd what go?
I know she can't have forgotten me that quickly.
Talking to Cyrus. Oh, that.
Oh no, Cyrus, buddy, please don't be mean. Using a few shades of pink and white, I managed to paint something that looks passably close to Lena's clothes. If I squint a little, at least.
I got too nervous to really say much, so we just painted each other until it was time to switch.
In the middle of a brushstroke, Lena suddenly drops her brush in horror.
Oh no.
Oh no?
What if he thinks I'm boring?
Lena, anyone who's known you longer than a couple minutes could not possibly think that.
I don't think anyone could think that about you. Yeah, but what if he does?
Better question, what if he hears you saying this aloud?
This is not good.
Leaving the paintbrush in the grass, Lena closes her eyes and puts her fingers to the sides of her head like she did back at tennis. She must do that for at least a minute, while I just keep working on my painting. Looks more like Lena than my last one looked like the painting instructor. But I already know her wings are going to give me trouble.
Okay, got it. I need you to do me a favor.
Is it going to be to break your arm again?
What is it? When we change partners again, I need you to go partner up with Cyrus, and then you can ask him what he thinks about me.
And if we don't go do a partner thing again?
Don't just straight up ask him, though. That'd be too obvious. Try to see if you can get him to say it without saying it. Say it without saying it? Yeah, you know, like,
Oh boy, Lena. She makes a few gestures that remind me of charades, but I have no idea what she's trying to say.
Okay, I'll try.
Yo, Cyrus, how you like Lena?
Thanks, I owe you one.
I'm not even motivated by that, because it's not like she'll remember long enough for me to ever cash it in. I just want to see what happens.
All right, new partners. This will be the last time.
Here, this is my painting of you. It's better than the last one.
It still isn't great, but I like the way some parts of it turned out.
Ooh, I look great!
Looking down at her own canvas, Lena frowns.
I, kind of forgot to paint you.
No, she noticed.
So, I guess I owe you 2 things.
That's fine.
Cool. Okay, hurry, before someone else takes him.
I walk over to Cyrus as fast as I can without being self-conscious about it. Fortunately, he is distracted with something himself, so he's still on his own.
Hey, wanna be partners?
Alright. I'm sure it's a total coincidence you were just talking with Lena, right?
Ooh.
Not at all.
Okay, she didn't even bother denying it. That should make this easier.
I appreciate the honesty. Anyway, let's get started.
Both of us set up our canvases. I feel a little more in my comfort zone painting Cyrus. At the same time, I try to think of how to do what Lena asked.
Hey, can you do me a favor?
Ooh, okay.
Uh-oh. I mean, what is it?
There's something that I want to ask Lena, but I don't know how she'll take it.
Ooh, this could still go 50-50 either way.
We've known each other for a bit, but that's why I'm worried. I mean, I kind of know her feelings, but not that well. So, and maybe don't ask her this outright. Maybe you can try to see how she feels by, like...
dancing around it. He makes some vague hand gesture that eventually turns into a shrug.
Well, you know what I mean.
Not at all. No, I don't.
Anyway, what I want to know is...
Texture whistle blows, cutting Cyrus. That feels way too short. Because she took, like, 2 minutes to, like, sit and think, fingers to her temples. And then we had a conversation.
Alright, that's it. Time to show 'em off.
I rub my ears to recover from the sound before waiting for Cyrus to continue.
Actually, never mind.
I can throttle you both.
Here's what I made. Ta-da!
Cyrus spins his canvas around to reveal.
Oh, phew.
I can't help but breathe a sigh of relief. He's just as bad at painting as I am. I show him an equally unimpressive work. It's messy and scattered.
Nice job. You really captured the way I feel inside.
I want to press him on what he's going to say because this is the second time he's almost asked me about Lena, then changed his mind. Before I can ask though, Lena herself comes hurrying over, carrying her canvas. She walks up and shoves it into Cyrus' hands before he can even react.
I made this for you so you'd have it. Okay, bye!
Oh. I'm not sure what's more impressive. That he still needs to ask about whatever he wants to ask about Lena? Or the fact that Lena just has absolutely no chill when it comes to this dude. A dude who is himself rather chill seeming. Immediately she zips off back the way she came. He holds the portrait at arm's length where he can see it. I move behind him to get a good view as well. Just like Lena's picture of the swan, her picture of Cyrus is really good. It shows him looking thoughtful as he works on his own painting, biting his lip in concentration. There's a lot of detail in his eyes and face, and on the leafy vein that runs up his neck.
Whoa. This is...
A sign?
Really good?
Yeah.
Two of us look around to try to find Lena, but she's nowhere to be seen. She must have left right away. Or she's hiding somewhere.
What was it you wanted me to ask her?
Cyrus just shakes his head, still looking at the painting.
It's fine. I need to ask her myself.
Okay. All of us, minus Lena, help the instructor clean everything up, with some people taking home their portraits and others tossing them. Cyrus and I say goodbye to each other, but we never talk anymore about Lena. Still, even if it's a while before we hang out again, I have a feeling I haven't heard the last of this. Aspen, do you have any progress about whatever's going on with Lena? Please. I kind of like ambivalent on both what's going on with the kid and his bug collecting and fishing at the pier, so we're just gonna bounce between their storylines. I decided to give fishing another try. Last time wasn't very successful, but maybe I'll have more luck today. When I get to the fishing spot, I see a few familiar faces. Mr. Kim is there, of course, dancing around between the students. This time, he noticed me right away.
Hello, miss. Is that a new face I spy?
Yep. I wanted to do some fishing today.
That's the kind of attitude I like to see. Let's get you started.
I take a spot on the pier while he brings me the same equipment as last time.
All right, let's start with the basics. Do you know how to set up your line?
I think so.
It didn't seem that difficult last time, but when I try to recreate what I did before, I end up getting a little confused.
Okay, so put the worm on a string. Oh, wait, no, the hook. The hook goes on the string, and then... Oh, I messed it up.
The string's gotten all tangled on itself. No self-respecting fish is going to be interested in that.
Not to worry.
Don't laugh. Don't give him the satisfaction. He laughs at his own joke as he comes over and quickly undoes the knot.
Okay, let's try again.
It takes some time, but eventually I'm ready. Fortunately, I remember this next part better. Stand like he showed me, hold the rod like he showed me, and let the line fly. Bzz. Watch it excitedly as it sails overhead and splashes into the water.
Excellent job. Why, if I didn't know any better, I think I taught you myself.
Oh, you're close. I just smile in response. With my problem solved, Mr. Kim goes off to assist someone else, while I turn my attention back to the sea.
Here, fishy fishy.
And I'm ready. No fish will be getting away from me today. The instant I feel the tug, I'll be reeling it in, just like that other person when I came here before. Just gotta wait. And wait. And wait.
Nothing's biting.
It happens.
Oh. Jump scared. Mr. Kim pops up seemingly out of nowhere.
Just give the fish some time. You'd be shy too if someone started offering you a meal out of nowhere.
Can't relate. Well, he's got me there. I nod and keep waiting. I can feel the boredom sinking in. I was willing to give fishing a second chance, but it's just going to be like this every time, then I probably won't be coming back. Suddenly, I feel a fishing pole jerk in my hands. Takes me by surprise to almost let go, managed to hold tight.
Oh, I think something's biting.
Reel it in. You can do it.
Right, reel it in. To do that, I did spinning, so I try to remember what to do. You know, all the reel is spinning as the fish, my fish, tries to get away. It smacks my hand, jolting my memory.
Oh, yeah.
I grab it and start turning it the other way, pulling the rod towards myself as I do. I can feel the fish, still out of sight, struggling against me.
Not today.
All the time I spent waiting has made me extra determined. Plant my feet firmly and keep reeling. Gradually the line gets tighter and tighter, till finally the fish breaks through the water, dangling on the other end.
I did it.
You did it.
I bring the fish in to where I can see it more closely. It's not as big as the fish I watched get caught last time, but it's not tiny either. Just down the pier, someone else is reeling in the catch too.
So, what are you gonna do with it?
Huh? What do you mean?
Maybe he's asking how I plan to cook it.
Will you be keeping it or letting it go?
Let it go? I just worked hard to catch it.
Mr. Kim laughs. Behind him, the person who just caught something takes a picture of their prize and then tosses it back into the water.
Why did they do that?
Well, everyone has to eat. That's just part of life, and I love a good fish dinner as much as anyone. But some just enjoy the sport and the struggle, and release the little guy once he's been defeated.
I look at the fish I caught, its tail flapping gently. There's a mark on its mouth that doesn't look natural.
What's that?
Point to it so Mr. Kim can see. He only has to glance at
Looks
it.
like it isn't this fellow's first time being caught. That is a battle scar.
A scar. So he's been caught before, and either got away or was released. It's up to me to decide if his luck runs out or not. Sighing, I unhook the fish and then toss it back into the water, where it instantly swims down and out of sight.
Try to be more careful next time.
If I was hungry, it'd be a different story. But my belly's full. Juliet just went shopping, so there's plenty of food at home. I figured I may as well let this one go. Walking up beside me, Mr. Kim looks out at the sea.
You know, maybe that kindness will come back to you someday. I'm sure the fish appreciates it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how useful it is to have a fish owe me a favor, but I know what Mr. Kim means. I hand him back the fishing pool and box of lures that he gave me.
Done for the day?
Yeah, now that I've gone to see what it's like.
Well, if you decide to join us again, the fish will be here. And so will I.
Maybe I will too. Thanks for the help.
Of course, of course. The pleasure is all mine. Have a good day, miss.
What a nice little community. Working together, even over the little things. I wave and head back up the pier. After having dinner and saying goodnight, I head upstairs and get ready for bed. As I flick off the lights and start to leave the restroom, something in my reflection catches my attention. My bead is glowing slightly. Just barely. It's so faint that I can only notice it in the darkness. Wearing the necklace, I inspect it more closely. They're warm. Not just my magical bead, but the regular ones next to it. Not as warm as when I use my transformation magic, but enough that after hundreds of years of carrying them, I can detect the difference. I'm not sure what it means. Everything about my magic has always been a mystery to me, really. Some things, like transforming, I just knew how to do instinctively from the beginning. But other than the fact that my bead always comes back to me, no matter where I leave it, I don't know much about it. Returning to my room, I brush my hair to the side and put the necklace back on. I don't have to wear it when I sleep, but it feels more uncomfortable not having it on. Like something's missing. When I climb into bed, I pull the covers up to my chin like always. Rather than transforming, I just lay there, staring at the ceiling. Tomorrow is my first day of work. Never in a few hundred years had I expected that thought to ever cross my mind. Laying here, in the place that I've started thinking of as home, the idea that doesn't seem that scary. I'm a bit nervous, but I'm excited too. Maybe I'll be really good at it. It'd be nice to be good at something other than thieving. As my eyes begin to get heavy, it occurs to me that usually I'd have changed into a fox by now. Except for the first night when I was too tired, I've spent all my nights here in that form. But tomorrow I'm taking another big step into people life. So it feels more appropriate to stay this way. Rolling onto my side, I face out the window as I let myself succumb to sleep. The gentle warmth of my beads against my neck. Morning of my first day at work. Wake up extra early. At least an hour before Aspen will be here. creep through the house so Juliet can't hear me and slip out the front door. Outside, it's wet. I don't know if it's the rain or just the morning dew. There's more dark than sunlight still, but I can already see that the clouds overhead are gray. Just 2 weeks ago, that would have been a cause for concern. Now it's barely worth thinking about. I have somewhere warm to go back to. I start walking, taking a familiar path. Has it really only been 2 weeks? I feel like I've done more living in the past few days than in all the years before them. Every day something new, every evening something secure. It's a life I could have only ever dreamed about. It scares me how fast I've slipped into it. I've spent my whole life alone. I devoted my entire existence to keeping it that way. But now, ever since meeting Aspen and Juliet, I'm not sure I like being on my own quite as much. It feels like I'm losing part of myself. My armor, my defense mechanism. Like I'm getting weaker. And maybe that's true, but also, maybe that's okay. Maybe it's okay to let myself be a little more vulnerable. Just a little. There's no one else to be seen on Mount Victoria as I make my way up the path. Instead of going straight to the top, I veer off into the underbrush. I haven't been back to my den since Juliet came and found me. I haven't forgotten the way, though. All the rain since then has done a number on the den. It's barely recognizable since most of it collapsed into mud. In other words, it hasn't changed much since the last time I was here. Overhead, the birds chirp in the trees. Maybe they're the ones I fed before.
Morning, birdies. Sorry I don't have anything for you today.
It doesn't stop them from asking. Half-heartedly, I try scooping away some of the mud from the mouth of the den, but more just slides down, erasing my progress. And one of the walls collapses even more, making things worse.
Oh, so much for that.
It's well and truly ruined. That's okay, though. I don't think I'll be coming back here. Just 2 weeks ago, this was all I had. Now it doesn't feel like anything. Maybe that's okay, too. I turn, about to head back to the main path, when there's the rustle of a branch and something comes out of the bush. She walks confidently for a fox. She trots right out of the bushes and crosses in front of me, then freezes mid-step. Her fur is pure silver, except for a patch of black across her face and paws. We lock eyes. Instinctively, I can feel myself preparing to transform so I can greet her as a fox, but I hesitate. Is that still my place? I'd be lying if I called myself a fox now, at least fully. Sorry. I relax, not having noticed how tense I was. My beads also go cold, although they barely started to heat up.
Hi there.
I say it as a person instead. Same as when greeting the birds. Sound of my sound of my voice. The fox turns tail and runs. She doesn't give it a second thought. One second she's there, and the next she's almost out of sight. I can feel a pull in my chest telling me to run after her. I'm sure I could still catch her if I tried. Of course I don't. I'm not that kind of person who goes chasing after foxes anymore. Instead, I watch her disappear. It doesn't take long. Not even the grass rustles behind her. I'm sure I'll still transform into a fox in the future. I love it too much not to. But I have to set some boundaries for myself. Watching her go fills me with a pang of longing, but also confidence. I'm making a choice to live this way. Even if I regret it later, at least I thought about it. At least I'm trying. I make my way back to the trail and up to the top of Mount Victoria. Coming up here never ceases to amaze me. No matter the weather or time of day, the view is always stunning. Right now, it's just me and the breeze. Close my eyes to spread my arms out, letting the wind ripple through my hair and jacket. For a moment, I just let myself go and appreciate how it feels to exist, to be alive and enjoying the breeze. I'm pretty lucky, aren't I? Slowly, I open my eyes again, looking out over the city spread before me. The first time I came up here, I thought it felt kind of small. After all, I could see the whole thing from here. Now, it strikes me how big it is. How big and how full. There are more people than there are buildings. And there are plenty of buildings. Humans and fabled, all alive and existing. Up until now, it's been easy for me to forget that people exist just like I do. That they have thoughts and feelings and things that they want, rather than just being problems to solve or obstacles to avoid. Now, I can't help but notice just how alive the world around me is, even at this early hour. I may be alone up here, but there's plenty of activity down in the city. I fumble around my pockets until I find the right-sized coin and read into the binoculars nearby. Scan over the city, look for anything that I recognize. Finding the fishing spot is easy, since all I have to do is follow the coast. The whole pier is already covered with fishermen. From there, I managed to find the Bell House. Its windows are dark and doesn't stand out much. I wonder if Aspen will be the first one there again today. After the Bell House, I aim the lens at the library. The windows are dark there too, of course, including the window to my room. I pause on that image. Just my window, framed in the middle of the lens. From all the way up here, I can spot a tiny little place that I can call my own. I stare at it till the shutter clicks and the view goes dark. Just 2 weeks ago, I stood up here and wondered if I'd be better off leaving. I'm glad that I have an answer to that now. Turn around and begin the long walk home. The library is still dark when I get back, but I can hear the low murmur of conversation from the kitchen. As I step through the doorway, I find both Aspen and Juliet already seated at the table, waiting for me. Breakfast is already cooked, too. There's a lot more food than usual.
Ah, Miho. Welcome back.
There you are. We were wondering where you'd gone off to.
Morning. Just went out for a walk. Sorry if you thought I ran away again.
Aspen shakes her head, pouring herself a cup of coffee as I sit down.
The thought crossed my mind, but I didn't really believe it. You've got a big day today, right?
You can say that again. Went on my walk just to clear my head.
I hope you're excited too. I'm happy for you, even if I am a teensy bit jealous.
Aspen spoons a tiny scoop of sugar into her coffee and stirs it. Wait, is that how you're supposed to do it? That's right, because when she had tea with Juliet the other day, she was offered a cube of sugar and she took 2 and just plopped it in her mouth. I'll have to remember it in case Juliet ever makes me drink tea again.
A teensy bit of jealousy is a good motivator to work even harder myself.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, about that...
What? Huh? What? About what?
Juliet, you had better not be about to offer me a job.
Rather the opposite. I have a favor to ask.
I mean, what is a favor except a very short-term job?
Just for today, do you think you could assist Miho as she gets her bearings? It's getting near my bedtime, and while I'm sure Miho would be able to handle herself, I imagine a helping hand would make things easier. That is, assuming Miho doesn't mind.
Over time with Aspen, no worries.
Of course not.
Both of us look at Aspen expectantly. She bites her lip and tries to hide her smile behind her cup of coffee as she takes a sip.
Well, I suppose I could spare the time.
Great. But what about the Bell House?
Oh,
You didn't get fired, did you?
you gotta learn you can't say stuff like that. You're jinxing it.
They'd go out of business the day they fire me, and they know that. But I enjoy how that's your first assumption.
The eyebrows say that's not sarcasm, but okay.
No, I simply swapped shifts with someone, so I don't have to go in until later.
Wow, that's convenient.
And much to our benefit. Thank you, Aspen.
Don't mention it.
Then, shall we turn our attention to breakfast instead?
Hells yeah.
Thought you never ask.
There's the usual eggs and toast and fruit, but there are also pancakes and hash browns too.
You really went all out, huh?
I felt today merited a bit of a celebration of you and the start of another chapter of your life.
Aw, thanks. It's really all because of you two, though. I'm just...
Oh, quit saying that. You need to give yourself more credit, Miho.
She hasn't peopled, okay?
We can only try to help show you the path. You're the one who has to follow it.
Whoa. Who wrote that?
Nobody. I do occasionally have my own thoughts, you know. Anyway, just accept the compliment and let's eat.
Fine.
We all fill our plate and start to eat. Breakfast is as delicious as always. The pancakes are so warm and dripping with melted butter and syrup. The hash browns are nice and crispy and it's making me hungry. Ugh.
How is it?
Great. I've never had hash browns that weren't soggy before.
Sometimes that's because they're leftovers I scavenge, but sometimes even when they're fresh.
I'll be sure to remember you like them this way. Oh, and the pancakes you made are delightful, Aspen.
You made these?
Don't sound so shocked. I have to do a lot of baking and prep work at the Bell House.
And a pancake is one of the simpler cakes. You don't even need an oven. A stovetop, but not an oven.
They're really, really good.
Some great muffled speaking there.
Thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying them.
As tasty as they are, there ends up being more food than I can eat. I force myself to finish the pancakes even though I'm full by the time I'm halfway done with them, because I don't want Aspen to take it personally. But eventually I have to throw my fork down in defeat.
Did you get enough to eat, Miho?
More than enough. I think I'm set for the rest of the day.
I'm sure you'll feel differently by lunchtime.
And by lunchtime there'll still be leftovers. Checkmate.
And there's no greater compliment to the cooks.
The three of us start to clear away the dishes, and I start to feel a little apprehensive as opening time draws near. I spent enough time at the library to know I don't need to worry too much, but I can't help but be anxious. There are a lot of little details to remember. Not just which books go where, but stuff like names and special requests too. I already know I'm not going to be the fastest, since I'll have to just copy words and see which ones match instead of being able to read them. With all the practice and memorization I've done, I'm as ready as I'll ever be. So instead of dwelling on it, I make myself focus on rinsing the dishes, making sure I don't miss any spots. On the other hand, Aspen is positively buzzing with excitement, although I can tell she's trying to hide it. She flits from task to task, straightening things that don't need to be straightened and tidying up parts of the kitchen that aren't dirty. She hums to herself as she goes, sometimes popping up beside me or Juliet. And of course, Juliet herself is the same as ever, calm and stoic. I thought she might be a bit worried about leaving the library in our hands, but considering she leaves it unstaffed most of the time, maybe not. At the very least, I'm determined not to leave the library any worse than when there's nobody running it. Finally, we finish all the cleanup and chores.
Thank you for your assistance. Are you two ready?
Yes, whenever. Yep.
Let's get the two of you set up then.
Juliet leads us to the front desk where there's a fresh stack of checkout sheets and a jar of pens, plus the computer for looking things up.
I did a once-over before breakfast to make sure everything was as it should be. I'm sure the two of you know your way around the place by now, and that's really all there is to it. And if you feel the need, don't hesitate to wake me.
Oof.
Don't worry, we'll be fine. I'm like Cinderella. I intend to live my dreams for the precious few hours that I can.
Do you have any questions, Miho? Or anything you'd like to go over again?
Nah, I'm fine. I've done all the prep I can.
Alright then. If the two of you are all set up, then I'll be off to bed. I'll see you in a few hours.
Have a good sleep. Good night.
With a final wave, Juliet goes upstairs and disappears into her room. From behind the desk, Aspen places her hands on her hips and looks around like a queen surveying her kingdom.
And now we wait.
I take a seat in one of the two chairs and kick my feet back and forth. After pacing around a little bit, Aspen sits down too, twirling a pen between her fingers.
Nervous? A little bit. It's understandable. I was nervous on my first day of work too. I'm sure everyone is.
I don't know about that. I was confident as fuck. In that I arrived like 20 minutes early to make sure I was not late.
I just don't want to mess anything up. Especially not on my first day.
Relax, it'll be fine. Not that I think you will, but even if you do make a mistake, that's natural. It's how you get better at things. By doing them wrong until you figure out the right way.
Hey, Verizon, welcome, welcome. Comfortable as what now? Where now? Well, we're comfortable as a fox girl in the library. Which is say not entirely comfortable because it's first day on the job. How you doing, Brazen? Hopefully you're doing okay and not have to suffer too many festivities with a 4th of July kind of distracting all the USA Americans. I know this is my kind of like very minor protest. It's like all the just like hate, discrimination. This game focuses on love and accepting people who are not normal people by the metric that so many hold themselves to. I can't remember if you've been one of these before. But one, obviously, animal type girls exist. And some men, though we've only met one who's a dryad, and very blatantly, the crush of some sort of like bird girl. Here, rural-ish Norway, Americans can't use fireworks here in July. Oh, thank goodness. I wish that was the same near me. But you know, there's a golf course nearby doing some like big tournament or something, so at the very least I probably don't have to worry about it until it gets really dark out. It's like nothing like a pro golfer getting upset that someone set off fireworks half a mile from the course. But I meant more like it's like wanting to like spend time with friends or chatting, and then it's like, sorry, we're doing a thing for the 4th. Maybe later. Does always suck when people you're closest to are not free because of a holiday or event. You're like, oh, I didn't know you made plans for stuff like that. Cool, have fun. I'm gonna sit here and enjoy this visual novel of just eerie romance centered around a library and a girl with an unfortunate curse / innate gift where people just forget her after like 24 hours. which is the point of this story. It's like this girl who doesn't know how to people because no one ever remembers her, and that's hard to keep friendships afloat. Golf course around U2, 50 miles away. You don't think there's anything special going on? Oh, thank goodness. The only reason I'm glad for it is fucking traffic is annoying, out-of-towners and all that. So at least I got a couple temp jobs over there, setting up a big TV screen last week, taking it down Monday, I think. Game doesn't look like Pokemon though. Is it not? Did it not update to Pokemon? What? I could have sworn. Well, if it wasn't, it should be now. I know Twitch is also fucking seems to bug out on that regard, more so with smaller streamers, the dicks. I guess with the last Pokemon game I played was Infinite Fusion, I could see there being a custom fusion that someone made into Foxgirl. Let's see, what would that be? That Vulpix Gardevoir, maybe? Definitely not Love Bunny. The ears would not translate much. But damn Twitch. Not like when I fucking submit changes through OBS, I guess. But yeah, it's nice, it's charming, it's very, not dramatic, but more like story-based romance than a focus on the romance with one of the two leads. Also, you're not exactly welcome at the local golf course. Might be because your reflex reapplies skin whenever someone shouted for. I can see why all the snooty polo-wearing golf club members might not like such crass language and jokes. As if fucking Shakespeare didn't just make up phrases like the beast with two backs. Yeah, take a seat, lurk if you'd like, as we enjoy this very light, fluffy Yuri romance with Aspen, who is one of the two options that I'm pursuing more. She's trying to write, and she's a little bit clumsy. It's like both her and the librarian owner are my exact types, but I'll go after the one that's a bit more... It feels like I have a better chance with, because the other lady is a vampire and also owns the library, which are two reasons that'd be is like, that might be out of my league. But yeah, first day of manning the front desk at the library.
There's not much that can really go wrong, either. It's not like at a restaurant where there are customers paying money and with all kinds of different orders.
Bridge says that said, a game where the romance basically ends at curled up on the couch sunset. It is nice. And the interpersonal relationships, the difficulty she has with remaining friends, the people she doesn't see every day, is a nice twist. It allows for them to like semi-randomize events with other people. Aspen and Juliet exempted because they meet every morning for breakfast, but like Aspen's co-worker who has like a new hobby every other day just to get the attention of a guy she likes. Or the what's the name? Tommy, some kid who likes catching and collecting bugs that we've run into a few times. Stuff like that. It's nice. I think it helps keep it feeling fresh on replays, which helps even if there's only two paths of romance options. It's nice at not feeling the exact same until the end. Friendship degradation, alien concept, yeah. I mean, she's been around for centuries. Like, she used to be just a fox. The story's not made it clear if that's what all the fabled, which is the setting term for people like her. Like, there are mermaids, there's vampires, there's dryad, whatever the winged girl is. She's not a harpy, because she has wings separate from her arms, but she's definitely something. But we don't know if her having once been a fox is common, or if it's just what her subset of Fabled can do. I do hope that answer is revealed at some point, because it feels a little weird. It's like, yeah, there's the concept of animal peoples and creatures from myth, but like all of them are more or less mortal except her. It feels worse. Like, not in terms of like story setting details, but like her perspective. It's like you're the only one who lives for centuries, and your kind is like cursed for people to just forget them after a day. It's like, what a rough way to live.
If it takes you some extra time to find a book or put one away, that's no big deal.
Yeah, I know you're right, but I still worry. I don't want to do such a bad job that Juliet changes her mind about me or something.
Don't rush.
Are you still worried about that? Juliet adores you. You could burn the whole library down and she'd still let you live in the ashes.
I mean, that's not a great comparison, because that means we really screwed up. We don't even smoke.
That'd be closer to what I'm used to, at least.
Alright, because you weren't here for it. She had, when she came to this wonderful, what is it, Wellington, New Zealand? She'd made a den in the middle of the woods. But then she got offered Juliet's spare room.
Right, you and your dramatic backstory.
My what?
You know, the fact that you've never really had friends in hundreds of years, and you used to live in the ground, and you would steal for fun and profit.
Backstory? Life story? Whatever you want to call it. I'm sorry, I shouldn't make light of it.
Oh, it's fine. I don't mind. Just forget that you think it's interesting.
Yeah, to you it's interesting. To me, it's just another Tuesday.
I hope someday you understand why.
Hey, Baringo, welcome, welcome. Oh, so you missed nothing huge, though I'm gonna quick save now then think about it. We finally found out why Lena, the bird girl, is doing all the like different activities every other day. She's interested in a dryad boy. And from his dialogue, when talking to us about her, it sounds like he has some interest too. It's... They've had two opportunities, but because they forgot us in between each meeting, they couldn't trust us enough to give us the deets of what's going on. Brazen. I remember seeing this lovely statue being erected in Babylon. I wonder if it's still there. Dude, Babylon's not been there for a few thousand years. So, yeah. Pretty much. I think we already had a moment like that. I can't remember if Aspen and Juliet were around for it, but Miho has this person that she knew when she was still just a fox, who came and talked to her every day and gave her like little morsels, and left a gift that included these beads, I think, which helped facilitate the transformation. And yeah, she's still looking for them after hundreds and hundreds of years. And yeah, Dryad Boy, who I'm a little disappointed with the design, just because it's not what I expected. His skin looks more like pale yellow than a green, and he also has horn-like things coming out of his head, which I think they're supposed to be roots, but they look more like horns. Actually, I think I can check that. We'll have to save here. Let's see. Yeah, I have to go to the title for this. But it should be quick. If we go to...
Oh, what's in here?
I think if I go... Get that gets that to work. Nope. No. Where's the... No, I know there's more than that. Maybe the gallery only shows us the first ones. Dang. Unless... Oh, wait. Unless they're all different moments. One sec. If I go here, Hobby of the Week, can I... No. Dang it. Not letting me re-look at some of the other stuff for Dryad Boy. Dang it. But it's pretty early in the stream, so when I'm done, you can just go back early on, and you'll see what I mean. He's not what you would expect for a Dryad person. The details aren't bad. Maybe branches breathlessly. I mean, maybe. But then his hair itself was also green, but again, not a healthy looking green. Well, Brango, you have had a gay day. Well, we are here in a very eerie-ful game. So, now there's a better way to phrase that, in case Twitch is going to be a dick for no reason. How enjoyable a day have you had? It's the opposite of a Dryad. Maybe. Maybe the opposite of a Dryad is a Wetad, which springs to mind the image of just like a brochure sitting in a puddle on the street.
Maybe you'll hear a story that resonates with you and makes you want to know more, or get to know that person better.
Aspen, if you're trying to drop hints on Miho, you need to try harder. She is not red at all. That is, in fact, one of the interesting things about her backstory, not being able to read. She pokes me in the side with her pen.
Like me, when I met you.
I guess that makes sense. Like when I talked to you and Juliet.
Ooh, she's gonna be disappointed about us mentioning Juliet.
Juliet, perhaps. Even I don't know much about her life before she came to Welly. And even that is fuzzy.
And you?
I know this makes me sound like a hypocrite, but there really isn't much to say about my past.
Oh, ye of little faith. Because even Miho thinks that about herself. So maybe you're just too used to your own past.
For one thing, I don't have nearly as many years as you two.
That's fair.
But also, I had a boring, normal childhood in a boring, normal town. I went to a boring, normal school for a while before I moved out here, hoping for a change of pace. But now I live a boring, normal life, just in a different city.
I'll bet I wouldn't think it's boring. I don't even know what a normal town and normal school are like.
Aspen opens her mouth to say something, but right as she does, the front door opens and Aspen leaps to her feet.
Good morning.
Since her frustration, Aspen's voice, yeah, it comes through. Not too often, but she's struggling to be an artist, a writer, and having a time of it in ways that I very much connect with. But I hope her work takes off with the people it needs to. The guest, a red-haired human, looks surprised.
Oh, hello. Wasn't aware there was anyone working this early.
I'm just helping out today. But Miho here is the library's new daytime caretaker.
Hi there.
I wave, but I'm not sure if there's anything else I'm supposed to say. Luckily, Aspen seems to have it covered. There's good trans news in Illinois, and you have friendship benefits from it. Hell yeah. I hope they're having such a good time over there. But whichever part of Illinois is benefiting them. I say living close enough to Illinois, I probably would have heard of some things, but I also don't watch TV, which does hamper the ability to know things.
Let us know if there's anything we can do to help.
Cool. Congrats, Miho. I'm just here to browse. Thanks, though.
Enjoy!
Oh, at least benefits the principle by being trans and in Illinois? Okay. If it means that the state is still largely trans safe, good for them. Being able to get out here. She gives him a bright smile as he walks in and heads to the books before taking her seat again.
Good job! Thank you. Why don't you greet the next guest?
Do
Do I have to do that for everyone who comes in?
There's a ability to remove testosterone and other hormones from list controlled. So freaking. They need to be. It's like, I'm sorry. That feels like, if nothing else, it would weaken the argument for every other controlled substance on the list. So, yes, crack cocaine, right up there next to testosterone and estrogen. It's like, I'm sorry, what? It's like, weed is already bad enough. People do not OD on weed. They make dumb decisions on weed, but they don't, like, become a murderous asshole or anything. Ugh. It's one of those things that's like common sense unless you're just a hateful person who just cannot stand people being happy if you can't understand why. Fucking crazy.
No, but a smile and greeting never hurt. Although we'll have to keep the volume down.
Gotta let people read in peace.
Right.
Door opens again, a pair of twin dryads enters. Stand up, my legs feeling just a little shaky.
Hi! Let us know if we can help.
Neither of them speak, but they both smile graciously. A nod in acknowledgement as they pass by us.
See? That wasn't so bad, was it?
No, but so far no one's needed any help.
True. Let's see who we get next.
Lena? Do we get Lena? Nope. We don't have to wait long. A breathless man carrying a stack of books staggers his way over to us.
Do you work here? Can you check these in for me? I'm running late as it is. Thanks.
Before we can even answer, he drops his books on the desk and then hurries back out the door.
I wonder why he was in such a rush.
No clue, but I respect him still taking the time to drop off his returns. Do you want to start writing them down?
Sure.
Taking a deep breath, I grab the top book and a pen. The title isn't too long, fortunately. Sharing also a book that enshrines self-selection of gender markers on ID. A bill that requires insurance companies to cover up to 6 months of prescribed hormone therapy. More steps in the right direction. I'm still of the mind of, I don't think driver's licenses should have gender markers whatsoever. In part, because here's the thing, I can't remember his recent case or something a while ago that resurfaced because it finally got concluded or whatever. But a trans woman who by law was forced to revert her government ID back to the gender marker it was, got stopped and arrested because it no longer matched their presentation. A case of fucked if she did, fucked if she didn't follow the law. If she did follow the law, well, this happened. She still got arrested for not presenting in the way that the Johnny Law wanted her to. But if she didn't follow the law, well, then she'd be arrested for not following the law. And that's bullshit. And it's all because she didn't match the gender on her license. It's like, excuse you? What about just regular cis women who dress in too masculine a way? It's like, that's bullshit too. Especially because the way genetics work, it's not like certain like facial structures are women only or men only. There are women out there who have a very strong masculine jaw and are in no way trans. It's on the speech journal. Dang, that happened far enough away. I can't even remember what I had said for it to trigger correctly. Probably gender marker, and then said marker too quickly for it to catch. ID shouldn't have gender markers, but self-selection is a damn good band-aid. Yeah. Up until, crossing state lines. Another bullshit. I mean, frankly, I don't see why a change of something like gender needs to be marked separate for other asshole transphobic states to be able to go, whoa, 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 whoa. You got that changed legally over there? You gotta have to change back over here just because you moved in. Another one of those problems where you'd think, with the advanced technology, we shouldn't have to worry about that. It's like, oh, you got your fingerprints on file already because you work for, a tech company that does it as a security measure, which It's a true story. I have family who worked tech, and it's like every few years they have to refresh prints because if there's a theft in the workplace and there's a fingerprint that shouldn't be there, it helps narrow down who it could not have been. But it's like that, even as bullshit as fingerprint science is, because there are some bullshits about it, it's at least more reliable than just whether or not a cop clocks you as the gender on your license. Because that can just be like an opinion, man. Yeah. But back on topic for the game. But before I go off on a rant in the middle of what's supposed to be a nice, calming, fluffy romance. Slowly I start copying the letters down. First a curve, then a straight line, then a loop-de-loop bend full... Sorry.
Hello, welcome.
Thank you for the Wilhelm. That felt really delayed. I might have to make sure K-Bonk has been updated manually. Maybe that's an issue. More of a gentle rant? Yeah, it was. Raised with the officer. My driver's license has my thumbprint and retina scan included. Why are you insisting on checking the contents of my undergarments for a random traffic stop? Exactly. But also, it's like a side thing. It's like easy way to just malicious compliance your way out of dumb things if it's your job doing it. It's like, oh, you want me to make sure people are using the restroom for the air quotes appropriate gender. Can I get in writing you're asking me to talk about the genders with a customer? Like, I just want that for legal reasons. Make sure we're all on the same page. And then they're gonna fucking drop that request from the staff. It's like, yes, that's what we need. A legal issue based on being approached about the genitals that your child has. That's so welcome to everyone. I didn't even know where to hear the door open this time. As more and more people start to come in, Aspen and I both end up pretty busy. Pile of books that need to be checked in grows fast, and I have to start taking some of them back to the shelves as I go just to make space. Using a little chart with the alphabet and numbers on it, I'm able to slowly match the labels on each book to their spot on the shelves. Raising whether anyone check on me in the bathroom to see if my underneathy bits, I haven't seen that term before, match the bathroom is gonna lose teeth. When someone tried that for me, I'd be immediately going, yeah, I need to speak with a police officer. They were peeking under the stall, like, blatantly. It's like they weren't even trying to fucking hide it. I don't care what they were scared of. It's like, they could have asked. I still would have busted their teeth in, but at least they would have had a defense for calling the police on me. As the library gets busier, though, I start making some educated guesses about where certain books belong and putting them with others that look similar. I can fix it later if I have to. Being in Saw steel-toed shoes, I mean, they're the only sort of shoes I own. If I get steel-toed, not Crocs, but like knockoff Crocs, no way a Croc would do that, I would.
Miho, could you give me a hand, please?
Over the desk, the line of people has gotten pretty long. I have no idea what all these people normally did when there wasn't anyone to help them. Shove the rest of the stack I'm carrying into an empty shelf and hurry over to help. I'm finishing with one guest. She hands me a few handwritten notes with label numbers on them.
Can you go find these? I think one was returned today, so it might not be on the floor yet. Also, these ones were checked out in the wrong name, so they need to be corrected on the sheet.
Oof.
These 3 here are going to be picked up later, but we've been asked to pull them ahead of time, so make sure not to get them mixed up with the others.
We've,
Okay?
in some ways, more complicated than a restaurant, perhaps.
Got it.
Especially for someone who cannot
Maybe
read.
you've got this.
With a little cheer, she goes back to assisting people. I watch for just a moment. She's clearly in her element here. Even with the line growing longer, Aspen doesn't seem to be getting nervous. Can't say the same about myself, though. There's no time to waste. Bounce around the library, trying to find the books Aspen wrote down. It takes a while. I get the instructions mixed up a few times, but eventually I manage to track them all down. When I bring them up to the desk, the stack of returns has gotten almost all as I am, so I start checking them in as quickly as I can. Meanwhile, Aspen's moved around to the front to give me more space to write and work.
Alright, let's see.
I grab the top book and start to copy, then the next, and the one after that. Before long, they all start to bleed together, and the letters seem to swirl and move around the page. Yeah, this is, forget. Save moment, just so I can come back for that particular illustration. And I almost closed it. I thought this was going to be easy, but it's making my brain feel like soup. I'm determined to push through it, though, even if it takes me forever. Which, at this rate, it just might. If Aspen weren't here, I don't know what I'd do. Or what I'll even do tomorrow on my own. I can worry about that later, though. For now, I have to keep doing the best I can. Book after book, line after line, guest after guest. It gets easier as the day goes on, but I wouldn't say it gets easy. But Aspen and I keep going. Eventually we do start to get things under control and keep the chaos to a minimum. It's tough work, but not too tough. Maybe Aspen was right about something. The more I try, the more I feel like I can do this. Scar's new friends. That's a cute little fox. One sec. There we go. Oh, and that's an achievement.
Have a nice day.
Enjoy the Lurk Barango.
Thanks. You too.
The kind old man takes his books under his arm and shuffles out of the library. A whoosh of cool air passing over me as the door opens and shuts.
Whew. Finally time for a break.
With no one else waiting to be helped, I glance around at the dozen or so people milling about before plopping myself down on the cushion that Juliet set up for me behind the desk. Who knew that working would be such hard work? These past few weeks since I started helping at the library have been a bit of a blur. There's always so much to do. At least most of it's pretty easy, like straightening out furniture or putting things away when they get left out. I don't know what the big deal is. I think it looks better when it's a little messy. But it's what Juliet asked me to do, so I do it. Talking to patrons, Aspen taught me that word, is getting easier as well. First few times someone came up to me for help, I was so nervous I could barely speak. There's so much to remember and still so much to learn. I still don't like talking to people in general, but it feels easier now. I get a little anxious when I see someone walking up to the counter, but it's not too bad. Of course, everyone who comes up thinks it's my first day there. Even though I've started to recognize some of the regulars, they never recognize me. Aspen's the only one who comes by every day. What I didn't expect was that the hardest part would be checking out books to people. There's a sheet of paper with a bunch of boxes in them. I'm supposed to write the names of each person and the books that they're taking. Since I have to copy the letters by hand each time, it takes me a while. If someone has a lot of books or ones with really long titles, then it takes me even longer. Sometimes people get a little impatient, but I'm going as fast as I can. Either way, it makes the days go by faster. I wouldn't really call it fun, but I don't hate it either. Having a bit of money that I earned rather than stole feels surprisingly good, too. At least I don't have to worry about someone trying to take it back. I hear the front door open again and look up to greet the new person, like Juliet taught me. It turns out to be a familiar face, my nerves settling a little at the sight of her.
Hey, Miho. Hi, Aspen.
Oops. Sometimes I forget I'm not supposed to be loud here.
Hi, Aspen.
I say it again, but quieter, which is adorable. She comes up to the desk and sits down a couple of books that she just checked out a few days ago.
Whoa, done already?
One of them I simply couldn't put down because I had to know how the story ends.
Love to see it.
I was worried it would have a sad conclusion, but the ghost girl becomes real and gets to stay with her girlfriend, and they all live happily ever after.
I have a feeling this is also the way Aspen flirts, potentially. Yes, the romance about the two girls that end up together at the end. It's like, doesn't that sound nice, Miho?
The other book was unreadable, unfortunately. I won't be trying that author again.
That's too bad. Should I tell Julia we can get rid of this one?
I couldn't put the book down. It's the one about the history of glue.
Well, it's not that terrible. I'm sure someone out there could enjoy it, just not me.
And sometimes there's a benefit from reading something that is absolute trash. It can help you appreciate when something is written well. Or if you're a writer, how not to write a thing. I've certainly got a few stinkers like that in my collection.
If you say so.
Seems to me like Aspen doesn't like the book. Then that book must be really, really bad. Maybe I'll ask Juliet about it later anyway. For now, though, I start copying the titles down onto the returns sheet while Aspen goes off to find new books. She comes back right as I'm finishing up with a small stack in her hands.
You find books as fast as you finish them.
If only I knew exactly what I was looking for this time.
She hands me the pile, and I begin writing the names down. I can feel her watching me as my hand makes each slow line.
Say, Miho.
I have to finish the letter I'm working on before I can pay attention to Aspen.
Yeah?
Have you,
Something adorable might be about to happen, so we're going to go over to Brazen's new comment in the chat. It's how Spider Robinson got started writing. He's reading a piece of crap and got angry and concluded, I can write better than this. And so yeah, sometimes that's what it takes. And what is it? There's a... It's not a book I was forced to read in school, but I know there's a movie talked about it. I think it was The Road? I don't know the author, but it's like even the backstory of The Road is like the author was like traveling across the country high most of the time when he did the actual writing at the end. So it's not quite as coherent as other books. I mean, it was a lot of words, so he wrote it pretty quickly while high on whatever substance. But it's like, yeah, it's... Sometimes books are not great just because the author is famous or it's a classic. But usually they're a classic because there is some sort of lesson to learn. For some of them, it's like, you don't have to be a good author to tell a particular story well to resonate with people. Sometimes you can be shitty enough at it that it sticks with some people and the rest go, this is bullshit. I'm gonna read something better. Chapter of the Sighthand Parable? Hell yeah. Enjoy to read. I'm gonna quickly adjust my seat before we continue. Ah, shit. Alright, Aspen. What are you asking me, ho? Excuse me. She wrings her hands, looking like she's not sure how to ask her question. Aspen seems to think a lot before she speaks, so I've learned that sometimes it's easier to just make her spit it out. Not Hunter S. Thompson? Perhaps. Let me look it up. It would help if that click it actually registered. So. Yes, yeah, it's that. Yeah, it's pretty much brought up Wikipedia, a little snippet about how he rose to prominence with the book. Oh wait, maybe I was misremembering the book title. But yeah, That sounds about right.
Just say it. I don't mind.
Sure enough, her eyes widen, but she stops fidgeting.
Have you ever considered learning to read and write? It would probably save you quite a bit of time.
Hunter was not the most super fathers. Oh yeah, it comes through in some of his work. I look down at the mess of scribbles on the paper in front of me. Even though I wrote them, they don't mean anything to me. Juliet never seems to have an issue though, so it's good enough for me.
Not really. I've gotten by fine without it so far.
Ooh, this feels like autism coded. It's like, I don't know why I need to read and write. You seem to be doing well with it so far. It's like, okay, Miho, this is me trying to say nicely, we should help you learn to read and write. It's like, oh, you were trying to be subtle and it went over my head. I get it now.
Oh, come on. You can't keep using that excuse for everything. You've been here for more than a month now.
Well...
She does have a point there. Told myself so many times that I was gonna stop letting my past define me, but still, reading and writing, it'd be useful, it's true. With so many letters, though, it seems like a lot of work. I'm already doing a lot of work as it is.
I don't even know how to start doing that.
There we go. Figure out the problem, so you can figure out a solution for the problem.
I'd be happy to help you, and I'm sure Juliet would too. She'd be delighted if you picked it up.
Her usually quiet voice starts to raise, only adding to my doubts.
I'll think about it, I guess.
No, I won't take no for an answer.
Determined now.
I'll do some research when I get home and bring some materials later. We can
Right.
make a lesson plan and a schedule and...
Stuff that is also over Mio's head, because she has not been a proper pupil. But brazen with a pro tip from Miho: don't start with Finnegan's Wake or Ulysses. True. Even the literate ogre struggles with the secondary themes of Ulysses, if I recall the meme correctly. Probably not historical fiction either, because that could only confuse someone who's new to reading, and like the line between what is real and what is not. In actuality, like sci-fi or fantasy might be better options, just because they're so blatantly not reality.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't I get any say in this?
Nope, too late. You already agreed that it might be something to pursue, and Aspen's gonna roll with that.
You didn't say no, and that's enough for me. Oh, but that isn't what I came here to talk to you about.
Aren't you here to get books?
She could be there for multiple things.
Right, that too. But anyway...
Aspen reaches into her purse and pulls out a slightly crumpled flyer, which she hands to me. Looking at the glossy cover, it's covered in pictures of little vases and statues and other old-looking things.
There's an exhibition at Te Papa about Korean history and culture, for a limited time only. I thought you might be interested in seeing it.
An exhibit at your dad?
No, it's our biggest museum. Te Papa is one of the most interesting places in Wellington, perhaps even New Zealand as a whole.
Far more famous than that food, what is it, the beef Wellington? Ugh.
You can enter for free, so that isn't a concern. Look, there's even a map of how to get there on the back.
After I flip the flyer over, she points to a map of Wellington that's very similar to the one I used on my first day here.
This is the Bell House, so you just go up this road, turn here, then here.
I nod as she explains, but it isn't really necessary. I may not be able to read, but I can at least use a map.
Anyway, it's only open when I'm at work, so I won't be able to join you.
That's a shame. Brazen, you tried reading Finnegan's Wake once? Once. You'll wait for an English translation. It's another book I haven't read, but also the content, from what I recall, was not something I was like, man, I need to put that on my reading list. I'm old enough that I can stick to stuff I at least believe I'll be interested in. I've bought some stickers before, but like I at least thought when I bought them, this will be for me.
But I imagine you might appreciate having some time to yourself too.
Now that you mention it, yeah.
It's been a long time since I've really had a moment to myself. Other than when I go to bed, I'm always around Haspin or Juliet or the patrons of the library. It's another big change in me. I'm noticing them more and more these days.
I'll check it out. Thanks. Maybe they'll have something that can help me find my person.
Aspen smiles, but it's a thin smile. Like she's once again holding back from saying something. This time, however, she doesn't give me a chance to make her sing it.
Perhaps, yes. Right, well, I need to get back to work. My break will be over soon. I just wanted to pick these up so I have something to read during any downtime at my shift. I'll see you this evening after I look up some reading resources. Tell Juliet I said hello.
Will do. Bye.
With a smile, Aspen blows a kiss, then quickly spins around and heads out the door, leaving me standing about with a flyer in my hands. Okay, I was like, wait, what? I got raised with the first sentence of Finnegan's Wake. Reads, a river run past eaves and Adams, from swerve of shore to bend of bay, brings us by a commodious vicus of recirculation back to Howth Castle and environs. For certain, not a real good gripper of a first sentence. Does not pull me in. And I mean, you kind of need something, some kind of hook at the beginning, so people are like, yeah, I definitely want to read this. It feels very archaic in comparison to modern English. For sure. But then again, some modern English does feel archaic to me, like fucking 6-7. I don't get it. Just like I don't get why people get loud-ass motorcycles or decide to vape. Yeah. Without any patrons waiting around, I take a closer look at some of the artifacts on the pages. Most are cracked and worn with age, but still have a little color to them. A couple have writing on them that I can tell is a different language from the one I've been getting used to copying here. 3 paragraphs in, and you hardly even recognize it as any form of identifiable English, not just archaic. But a mess of portmanteaus and plain writing. Yeah, it's perhaps not a hard rule, but I think a very good implied rule of you should not have more than one portmanteau in a page. Give your reader a chance to understand the first one. The writers of Harley Davidson motorcycles say that loud pipes save lives. Perhaps. But you know what else loud pipes do? Wake up dogs and babies in neighborhoods. It's one thing if you live like right next to the goddamn highway, but we're like a couple miles from that. It's a very different thing. Actually, no, I said a line that I'm gonna think of first. It's like, so maybe instead of loud pipes save lives, loud hogs mean small hogs. Nudge, nudge, hint, hint, wink, wink. In a way, they seem kind of familiar. Not just familiar, but nostalgic. Like they're related to a memory that's just out of reach. I don't know if it'll bring me any answers, but maybe there'll be something interesting to see.
Hiya. I got these to check out, please.
I quickly tucked the pamphlet into one of my pockets, turned to greet the young boy eagerly waiting at the counter with several books to check out. For some reason I thought the new patron was maybe an older gentleman. But young boy, apparently.
You got it.
I let the first book off the stack and slowly begin my process. Maybe Aspen's lessons won't be so bad after all. Closing time finally comes around, the patrons slowly trickling out. Some of them linger for a while, making their final selections before bringing them up to the counter. Fortunately, Juliet's here to help me, or to take me all night to get through the line of people waiting.
Thank you very much, Miss Callahan. We'll see you next time.
Oh yeah, I absolutely feel it too. They look like they'd be very soft and fluffy. But it would be very rude to scritch the ears of a sentient, sapient person.
Oh, Dottie. Glad to see you're still reading Pullman. Only one left to go in the series.
Ooh, shit. What's Pullman series I know? Golden Compass, Subtle Knife, and Amber Spyglass? That's a good series worth reading. Unless it's a different Pullman. Then I might have just, shoved a boot in my mouth. Yes, the princess. By which we mean the prince. The prince who gets all the ladies despite being of the feminine persuasion. But, I mean, honestly, Prince very definitely fits, because this is an elaborate outfit.
Bye-bye, Abdul. Bye-bye, Jamar.
The time it takes me to finish writing down one person's checkouts, surely I can get through 5. She even knows everyone by name, as well as their reading habits. That always impresses me. How did she keep track of them all? Yeah, finally managed to get through everyone. A sigh of relief escaping as the last patron heads out. Do we have more evidence as to whether... Oh, shoot, I forgot that you weren't here for that, Baringo. She is a vampire. In fact, you missed a scene last stream where Miho, outright asks, so you can, turn into a bat, right? So yes, you absolutely called it.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, ears prick up at the sound of Aspen's voice as the patron holds the door open for her.
Sorry, we're closed.
Haha, very funny. Aspen hesitates for a moment as she walks up to the desk, but then she laughs.
You almost had me for a moment.
I mean, the painting might not necessarily be a Carmilla reference. So, I think you said last time the painting in Carmilla was a former lover of Carmilla, or was just an older one of the vampire Carmilla herself, just different, not setting, different era's clothing. Because the Carmilla painting is supposed to be her younger self. I don't think white and blonde, I think, means it's going to be the same person. Bandit Carmilla, yeah, no. With the painting of being of a white woman with more fair hair, probably not Juliet in the past. Perhaps a former lover, though. Or her sire, if vampires work like that here. I collapse onto my cushion while Juliet puts everything away under the desk.
Excellent work today, Miho. You're getting better and better.
Am I? It doesn't really feel like it.
It can be hard to notice your own progress sometimes, but I promise it's there.
And it's only going to get better. Look what I brought.
Oh god, elementary school workbooks. Plot relevant painting, lesbian vampire. Fair. She raps her knuckles against the pile of thin books she brought with her. There's also a small bag that rattles when she moves it.
Are those? Yes, they're the phonic books I said I'd bring by.
Phonics? Why, Miho? Have you decided to learn to read?
No, she just merely didn't decide not to, which Aspen took as a yes.
Well, excited for me, but I guess so.
I pick up one of the books from Aspen's pile. The words on it are big and written in a very simple style, and so are the pictures that go along with it. I spent enough time in the library now to recognize that these kinds of books are meant for the little kids. Polycule, sadly, I don't think there is such an ending. We will have to choose only one of these girls to smooch. But oh well, that means we get to spend more time with them in a second playthrough later. But I guess that's what I need, isn't it? It's embarrassing, but maybe I could just use that as motivation to learn faster. And if I end up hating it, I can just quit. Like always, I have the option of running away from something I don't like. Still holding the book, I look up to see Juliet and Aspen both watching me, waiting to see what I'll say. I take a deep breath and smile.
So, how do I start?
Both of them break into a grin as well.
I have just the thing. Come with me.
Oh no. What are we about to get? Some classic Dr. Seuss? Maybe Yertle the Turtle? Aspen's so eager that she barely waits for Juliet and I to step out from the counter before leading us to a table beside the aisles of books. Guessing that I'll be here for a while, I pull up a seat while a curious Juliet hovers over my shoulder. Moon Goblin me? Perhaps. Probably not Mars Needs Moms, though. She sits down and begins unpacking the bag she brought onto the table, turning out to be a bunch of pens and pencils. She hands me one before placing a small workbook in front of me.
Let's start with the alphabet. Juliet, would you mind? Your handwriting is much better than mine.
Oof. She's about to break out the cursive, ain't she?
Gladly.
First, let me get my calligraphy pen and some ink. Realizing she's going to be a part of this, she quickly takes a seat to my other side and selects a sleek black pen. Opening the book, she brings her pen to one of the blank lines.
So, to begin with, this is the letter A.
Such is how it continues. We end the night on the letter D. The two of them take turns going through the different letters of the alphabet and showing me how to write them. Although I have a hard time remembering which is which, I pick up the writing part pretty fast, since I've had a lot of experience at work already. I'm assuming the setting does not have easy internet access, or they could also pull up some of the classic episodes of Sesame Street. Like, what is the actor who played, like, classic Jean-Luc Picard in Star Trek? How he had that one Sesame Street sequence where he was doing a Shakespearean monologue about the letter B, I believe? That was fun. Each of them writes an example letter at the top of my paper first, before I take my turn to try it. Juliet's handwriting is very precise and clean. It reminds me of something you'd see on an advertisement or book. Aspen's, on the other hand, is almost as messy as mine. Sometimes I'm not sure she's even writing the same letters as Juliet and I. After we get through the whole alphabet, they quiz me by holding up cards with different letters and ask me to name them. I get a lot of them wrong, but I do get a lot of them right, too. And again, messy handwriting is the must for the creatives. Because, like, I don't want a standard-ass A, I want it to, like, fucking fancy and curly cues and shit. When Aspen finally calls it quit for the night, I'm a little bit disappointed.
So, how do you feel? I think you made very good progress for this being your first night.
She's had plenty of practice, though she didn't have as applied practice copying book titles.
Indeed. You should be proud of yourself, Miho.
I can't keep a little smile off my face. maybe I am a little proud.
It was more fun than I thought it'd be. It was tough at first, but I think I'm getting the hang of it.
I mean, Rango, if you want to smooch a vampire, I know a particular game where that's an option.
You certainly are.
Or, you know, if you really, really want to stick it to the man, look up some fics about a genderfoot Lestat from one of Anne Rice's, what is it, Interview with a Vampire? But yes, I was hinting at this game, with blatant vampire and smooch endings for both.
Yes, if you work on it a little bit each night, I'm sure you'll make great progress.
I mean, I'm sure the speech-to-text program I'm using doesn't understand the term gender flip. No, it does. It understands it as one word. I must have just said it weird. No, I mean, I'm sure there are people out there who'd be interested in a gender foot estate. I mean, it's one of those, what is it, cliche, quote-unquote, gross kinks, like armpits. It's like there's a fucking wiki foot. Okay, good. I didn't want the speech-to-text to have that spelled correctly. But yeah, it's like nothing wrong with it. It's not gonna yuck on anyone's yum, but it's certainly not for me. The workbook that Aspen gave me already has a few pages complete because of how fast we were going.
Do you think I could learn to read by the end of this week?
People are weird about other people being weird. Exactly, Ringo. As long as the weirdness is not directly harming anyone, I think it's fine. The look that the two of them exchanged tells me my answer.
Well...
Not that quickly, I'm afraid. Even for the fastest learners, it still takes a few months to make much progress in reading.
Screw you two, I'm gonna be reading Dr. Seuss by the end of the week.
Going by how quickly you picked this much up, though, I think you'll do just fine.
Oh, I see.
I've been expecting this to take a few nights at most, but months? That's a lot longer than I was anticipating. I must look disappointed because Aspen frowns and leans forward.
Don't worry, I'm sure that time will fly by. As long as you're getting a little better every day, you'll be able to notice the results soon. Here, why don't you try this?
Aspen gets up from the desk and maneuvers behind me, putting her hand on top of mine. It's a little shaky. I notice her face is red. She makes a point not to look at me. Aw, girl. I almost jerked away out of instinct, but keep it cool instead. I'm not used to people touching me, but I know that with Aspen, it's just a friendly gesture. And I'm bracing with a... So this guy with a really expensive sports car didn't like my quip about the size of his manly bits. Somehow, it didn't help when I apologized, said we got off on the wrong end. Oh, that's a fun one. Exactly, Ringo. Girls.
Here, follow these lines.
She gently guides my hand up and down across the paper, slowly forming the letters on the page with me. After 4 letters, she stops and scurries back to her chair. Juliet's snort of amusement from my side only confuses me further.
Can you read what that says?
4 letters. It's Mio. It's my name. I look down. The word on the page looks familiar. Squeeze my eyes shut, picturing the cards that they were holding up and what each letter sounded like.
Me?
That's right. Use your phonics. jolt, I realize it's my own name. Julia and Aspen both clap excitedly, blush forming on my cheeks.
Yes!
You did it!
I still can't feel the can't shake the feeling. It's kind of embarrassing to have them cheer me on for something so simple. Looking down at the paper with my name on it, though, I have to smile a little too. It's the first time I've written my own name, even if I did have Aspen's help. It's the first time I've read it myself, too. I stare at it intently, committing the shape of those letters and the motions to make them into my memory. I've used so many names in my life, but for some reason this one feels a bit special. No problem, Barango. Sleep well, and I'll see you around. And if I remember after stream, I will get a picture of the Dryad Boy so you can see who Lena is such a down bad nerd for. Just for good measure, I write it down a few more times to practice. Each time, it gets a little bit less shaky and more legible. Good night, sleep well, sweet dreams.
Thank you. Seriously.
Oh, and may you not be disturbed by fireworks in the night, let alone fires coming from them. Even if this wasn't my idea to start with, it feels like a new milestone in my life already. The start of something else that's new. I can add that to the list. God, that was a loud one. It's still pretty light out, too. I can barely enjoy them.
Right. Especially since, I did kind of force you into it.
Thank you for admitting that. That's very big of you, Aspen.
It's okay. Turns out I need people to make me do stuff sometimes.
I'm certainly good at that. You'll have to wait until tomorrow for more, though. I've already stayed a bit too late as it is.
Oh my, I hadn't even noticed the time. It sure did fly by, didn't it?
Yeah, she gets to leave. Juliet and I take to our feet as well, before realizing I let a yawn.
I'll leave all this stuff with you, Miho, so you can study at your own pace. I'll try to come by at nights as well to help you practice.
And you're always welcome to ask me for advice, too.
Thanks. I'm gonna practice during work too, when I don't have anything else to do.
That sounds wonderful. Good night, you two. Thanks for having me over.
Bye, Aspen.
Good night, Aspen. We'll see you soon.
Get home safe. With her trademark smile and wave, Aspen leaves the library. Two of us watch her go as she heads out into the night's darkness outside.
I imagine you must be tired too, right?
Yeah. Now that you mention it, I really am.
Sorry, the kind of yawny voice she had there got to me. My hands are sore from all the writing. My palm is colored gray with smeared pencil lead and ink.
Can't believe that wore me out.
No, it takes some time building up the handwriting muscles. And once you lose them, you gotta build them back up again.
You had a full day of work, too. You should get some rest. I'll finish cleaning up and preparing for tomorrow.
Are you sure? I didn't really do many of my chores today.
I'm certain. Go on, go to bed.
Secretly glad to be heading to bed rather than doing more work, I start to head out. As I look back, Juliet playfully waves me out of the room.
Good night. And thanks again.
You're always welcome, Miho. Have a good night.
Pause for another yawn, I stretch and head up the stairs. Gonna sleep well tonight. As I lie in bed and wait for sleep to take me, I reflect on my day like always. Today, was a good day. I accomplished a lot, and I feel proud of myself. I can tell that Juliet and Aspen are proud of me too. It's taken some getting used to. This weirds me out to think that people care about me, that they think of me even when I'm not around them. They're excited for me about things that don't affect them. It's weird, but in a good way. Now that I think about it, it's been a while since I had a bad day. The shock and uneasiness of having a safe place to live and a stable life has worn off. My daily routine has become just that, routine. I thought I'd never get used to things like this, that they'd never be real for me. Well, it turns out I was wrong. Rather than constantly overthink everything, I've gotten better at just going with the flow. I think that's something to be proud of too. Rolling onto my side, I look around my room. It hasn't changed too much since I moved in, but still feels distinctly mine. This isn't just a space that I happen to be in. Smiling, I close my eyes and roll onto my other side. When did I become so sentimental? It's hard to say, but maybe that's okay too. I don't mind who I am right now, and my friends don't either. That's enough for me. With peaceful thoughts like that drifting through my mind, I also drift off to sleep. Sorry, even the fictional yawns are getting to me. But only a half hour left. I can power through. Unless fireworks start going crazy or something. Work's been quiet today, with only a handful of patrons coming in at all. A few still here keep to themselves, quietly reading and browsing the aisles. I'd normally be bored on a day like this. It's a good thing that I have something new to keep me occupied during my downtime then. A few of the worksheets and books that Aspen gave me yesterday are spread out on the desk, out of the way of our guests, but still where I can see them. Whenever I get a few minutes to myself, I practice writing letters or memorizing their sounds. When I have to write down titles that are being checked out, God, being rude to me, body. Yawning all the time. One sec. Maybe that'll. When I have to write down titles that are being checked out, I pay more attention to what exactly I'm writing. I'm pleased to notice that it goes faster now than it did before. I still have a long way to go, but I can feel myself making progress with every word I finish. That sense of pride helps motivate me to keep trying. Even when I'm away from the desk, tidying things up or putting books away, I just try to think about letters and words. It's nice to have something to focus on, rather than just trying to find ways to fill the hours. Just as I settle back down to work after a quick lunch, Juliet comes down from her room with a folded parasol in hand. With a calm nod of greeting, she walks up and joins me behind the desk.
Hey, you're up early.
Yes, I had some daylight errands to attend to. How are you doing, Miho?
Great. Check it out.
I show her one of my worksheets, which was really just a blank piece of paper. On it, I've written my name over and over to practice. The first few, okay, most of them, are fairly messy. I think I get the hang of it by the end of the page, though, and those ones are more legible. I offer the paper to Juliet, who looks it over with a smile.
Great job! I'm very proud of you.
Thanks. I'm proud of me too. What kind of errands are you running? Need any help?
Not this time. I'm just making a couple deliveries that can't wait until the evening. Will you be alright here by yourself?
Yep. I think I've got the hang of everything by now.
I'm pretty used to handling my duties on my own. If there ever was a problem, it would be hard to go find Juliet to get her help. That hasn't happened yet, thankfully.
Excellent. I know I've said it before, but you've been a great help around the library. I appreciate your hard work.
Actually, I'm a little curious, how is Juliet paying Mia? Because I know she's getting cash, but it's a library. It's like been indicated that she'll do like special projects, like copying down specific parts of the works or collecting info. But that can't be enough to like keep the place running and pay Miho. And get all the food, for that matter.
Oh, it's not that hard. Besides, it gives me something to do.
That's nice to hear. Don't forget to take some time for yourself, and have fun every now and then, though.
I think that's some advice that Juliet herself should follow more often, but I keep that opinion to myself.
I will. Actually, I'm going to the museum after this. Aspen told me there's an exhibit all about Korea going on there. So, I'm hoping maybe I'll learn something useful.
Useful?
Yeah, like about my person.
Oh, I see.
Ah, she has also had the thoughts. I see. Julie gives me the same small smile that Aspen did when I mentioned my person yesterday. I know they think it's probably hopeless, but I can't give up. I don't understand how they don't understand, since both of them always talk about caring for those close to you and making lasting bonds. Still, Aspen and Juliet have both done too much for me to hold that against them.
Well, I wish you the very best of luck. You know you can always ask me for help if you need any.
I know. Thanks.
Anytime. I'm going to head out now, but I'll make sure to come back early enough for you to go to Te Papa.
Sounds good. I'll keep studying and working until then. Bye!
Goodbye, Miho.
Ah, man, that... We barely got to see Parasol open for a moment, man. So I'm gonna mark that. 2:27 mark the recording. Okay, I'm gonna have to go in the recording and get a shot of that. Because I have a feeling it's not going to be easy to find on Google Images. Well, DuckDuckGo images. It's just saying DuckDuckGoing an image doesn't sound right. I stare at the now closed door, thinking. I wonder if either Aspen or Juliet have ever felt the same way about someone as I have about my person. It's a hard feeling to describe. It's something warm. I may have forgotten a lot over the years, but I've never forgotten their face or voice, or the way they smelled, like charcoal paint. All those things are too important to forget. It's kept me going my whole life, been my entire reason for existence. At least until arriving in Wellington, anyway. Even my new life here, I can't just abandon my old one. Not entirely. Maybe they just don't know how much it means to me. I couldn't blame them, since I've told them all about how little I cared about everything else. Maybe they think it's like a hobby. Something to pursue when I have nothing else to do. But even here in the library, surrounded by friends and busying myself with my job, not a day goes by where I don't think of that forest back in Korea and my person. It's okay if Aspen and Juliet don't understand. They don't need to. It's important to me. That's all that matters. So far, they've supported me in whatever I do. In fact, when I think about those two, I feel a similar way as when I think about my person. That warm, safe feeling. It's not exactly the same, but it's close. I don't think that's a coincidence. There's been lots of new feelings that I don't quite have words for. Barango's gonna regret not having been able to stay past this. Like so many of the parts of myself, I'm still figuring them out. That may take time, but I have plenty of it. Realizing that I've zoned out, I pull myself away from my thoughts and get back to focusing on work and studying. I may have lots of time, but I need to make sure I used it well. Okay, wait, no, she's back with a image. One sec. Quick save, we're not doing any more quick saves for this game. Also, how good of a screenshot can I get? We'll go for a wide shot. For one of the Polaroids I use in the fake Polaroids I make in the thumbnails. Only an hour or two later, I look up from my work to see Juliet returning from her errands. Folding up her parasol, she soon joins me at the front desk again.
Hello again, Miho. I tried to hurry back so you'd have plenty of time at the museum. You can go ahead and head off. I can handle the library for the rest of the day.
Thanks for the chill, Brazen. It is rather warm out today.
Cool, thanks. I tried to clean up and do as much as I could before you got back.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Enjoy yourself. You'll have to tell me all about it when you get back.
I have a feeling things are about to dip towards the emotional.
Will do.
Questions only, will we be able to see that in this stream, or will it be at the beginning of the next one? I put away my study materials in my room, and then with a big thumbs up to Juliet, leave the library.
Fresh air again.
Since I've been spending so much time inside since I started working, my walks and time outside are more refreshing than they used to be. Thank you, Brazen. I will do my best to enjoy the rest of Treason Day. I will be celebrating it after this stream with some pizza and a heavy fucking nap. I think I've got my sleeping schedule back to reasonable hours, and I just need to stick to them. But sleep well, take care, and I'll see you around. Yeah, will do. I'll dodge those fucking fireworks like fucking ninja stars. Which is to say, poorly, but they're probably not being thrown at me anyway. The birds singing sound prettier. The scent of food wafting up from town smells tastier. I'll bet even the grass would feel softer if I was in my fox form to feel it. It's been a long time since I've transformed, now that I think about it. I need a safety focus for today, though. If the museum is the only thing on my mind, I pick my pace as I walk into Wellington, heading along the now familiar streets. Inexpertly but enthusiastically, exactly. And also, because if I don't successfully dodge, I'm gonna get hurt anyway. So I'll do my best. But yeah, take care. Sorry, I thought that was a bigger sneeze. I pass by the bell house and glance inside, but I don't see Aspen. She mentioned she'd be working late today, so she must be in the back or maybe on a break. I follow the direction she gave me yesterday until I reach the building that has to be my destination. Do not attempt these stunts at home. What you see here is done by highly surprised amateurs, but also better them than you. That's pretty much the tagline of the entire Jackass series. It's big, with parts that go off in all different directions. Near the front, there are the two sections flanking the entrance. One is round and tan, while the other is made of darker stone and looks more blocky. These stones? Because that might be tan. That doesn't look blocky. Thinking more of America's Funniest Home Videos. I mean, Some of those don't look nearly as violent as some of the Jackass bits, though. It's a bit intimidating. Seeing a few people heading in and out is reassuring. Taking a breath to steady myself, I stride on up. The entrance has a huge glass ceiling with glass doors that slide open when I approach them. I don't even have to pay or sneak in.
Whoa.
The moment I step inside, I can safely say that I've never been in a place like this before. It looks big from the outside, but from the inside, it's huge.
How am I gonna find the crane exhibit?
I almost was insensitive and said read the signs. But a better answer would be ask someone who looks like they work there? I don't even know where to look first. Different paths lead to different types of displays, and I can see floors and elevators going all the way to the top. A family walks by me, following the big arrow that points deeper into the building. Without any better ideas, I decide to take the same route. I'm sure I could ask someone where the exhibit is, but I'll look around on my own first. If I can't find it for a while, then I'll ask for help. I start to wander about once inside, looking for anything I might recognize from Korea. To my surprise, there's plenty of other exhibits that also end up catching my eye. In one section, a variety of sea life, fish, turtles, and others, hang from wires above everything else. They look so lifelike that I think they're real animals at first. After staring closely, I can see that they're just models. Another part of the museum is filled with skeletons of what look like giant monsters. I can't even imagine what kind of creatures they once were. Maybe dragons? Excuse me, maybe dragons? Spotting a panel with some illustrations, I skip over for a quick look. They aren't dragons, but they look awfully close. I've only seen a dragon once or twice in my life, but I've never seen one of these. Other sections are dedicated to human and fabled civilizations. There are recreations of old human houses, as well as diagrams showing fairy homes and werewolf dens, plus plenty of others. Tour guide talks to a small group as I walk around, explaining this and that. I go slower through this part, feeling a little nostalgic. I even recognize some of the human technology and knickknacks from long ago. I had no idea they were old enough to be part of a museum now. There's even a big memorial to the war, showing humans and fabled fighting against one another. At the front is a painting of when the peace treaty was signed, which was the start of humanity and the fabled coexisting. Okay, so setting lore... I mean, there was a race war. At least one. But okay. I was around back then, but I stayed out of it. Just like I stayed out of most things. Honestly, the history doesn't interest me too much, but I'm sure Juliet would love to see this. I'm sure she already has at some point. Just when I'm thinking about giving up and asking for help, I finally find what I'm looking for. A large banner with some text that I recognize as Hangul, the Korean writing system, is hanging over a number of display cases and a tabletop exhibits. Hurry over to get a closer look. It's quieter up here than it was on some of the lower floors. I'm able to take my time browsing without feeling like I'm getting in anyone's way, and I'm suspicious about the sudden lack of music. At the same time, my heart starts to beat faster with anticipation. I may not know what I'm searching for, but I'm sure I'll know it when I see it. I start at the entrance and slowly make my way through. The first section is full of pottery and carvings, like from the brochure Aspen gave me. There's little animals and people carved out of stone, and even a few made of metal. A number of clay pots and vases sit on pedestals next to them. Most are cracked or damaged, but some look as good as new. Moving on to the next part, there are a few intricate-looking outfits adorning mannequins. Some are just pants and a jacket, but most are vividly colored dresses that hang to the floor. I can almost feel the delicate silk in my hands. If I was still a thief, I bet these would sell for a lot. The clothes are paintings. Tigers and birds are common subjects, but so are people and cities too. Others feature gorgeous landscapes and flowers. I've never been a big fan of art, but somehow these are different. Looking at them doesn't make me feel sad, but does make me feel something. Like I'm wanting something I can't have. Suddenly it comes to me. A feeling I've heard about, but that I don't think I've experienced before. Homesickness. A painting of a green forest could be the one where I was born. I passed through towns that looked like those in the paintings, and hid from humans who looked like the ones shown inside them. Not all the memories are good ones, but they are mine. There's not much that I can relate to nowadays, in terms of people or places. I have friends now, sure, but I don't have much in common with them. That's never mattered before, but now, I wish I could reach out and touch the paintings before me, just to feel something from the same era as me. Of course, they're behind ropes which keep me well back. I reluctantly start to move on again. Just as I do, a certain painting catches my eye. It's small and displayed out of the way in a corner, as if nobody thought it was that important. The edges are jagged and torn, but the crucial part is still there. On one side, there's a fox surrounded by trees and leaves. Its fur is a different color than mine, but it's still clearly a fox. Just across from it is a human-like figure. She's dressed in outfits similar to the ones I was just admiring, but that's not what stands out the most to me. On her head are 2 pointy ears, and several long, bushy tails peek out from the bottom of her dress. When I look at the fox again, I notice that it also has more than one tail. I breathe in deeply, as if I could just inhale the scent of the forest from this artwork. Another Gumiho? I take in all the details I can. She's smiling, but a sharp fang makes her smile look sinister. The hand at her side has long claws instead of regular fingernails. Claws that are clearly meant for ripping. Whatever she's looking and smiling at is missing, being part of the torn section. There's just a small part that remains. A pair of boots on the ground, surrounded by the edge of what must be a pool of blood. Only then do I notice the blood around her lips and on the ground beneath her claws. Then, the unmistakable bone-white bead hang from a string around her neck. It's glowing like the moon. I instinctively raise a hand to my neck, feeling my own bead. It's reassuringly warm to the touch. Somehow, I get the feeling that the one in the painting would be ice cold. This portrait of Gumiho leaves me conflicted. There's the same longing I felt looking at the painting of the forest, but those claws and the blood, those feel foreign and detached. We'll have to power through this scene, but then we'll end here because it sounds like fireworks are starting to go off in force. Is this how most people view Gumiho? It would explain the fear and terror that seemed to follow me wherever I went when I was younger. The curses and threats from farmers and townsfolk whenever they saw me. It wasn't until after the war, when the fable became more common in human lands, that I felt comfortable without my ears and tail hidden. Even then, I'd sometimes get dirty looks just for existing. The threats were usually reserved when I got caught stealing. Still, I've never been like the Gumiho in the painting. Stealing is one thing, but hurting someone? That just isn't me. I wish I'd been able to explain that to them. I wonder how different my life would have been. I tear my eyes away from the painting, but I know I'll be thinking about it for a long time. There's no point dwelling on what could have been. I pass through the rest of the Korean exhibit quickly, barely glancing at the artifacts that I haven't seen yet. It isn't until I've nearly left the gallery that I see something that makes me pause again. In a small and unremarkable display case, among many others, there are a number of delicate scrolls. On each one, a few old-style Korean characters are written. I don't think they're Hangul, but I don't know what they're called. They do look familiar, though. I left my own scroll back at home for safekeeping, but I don't need it with me to compare. The sweep of the brushstrokes, the shapes of the characters, the shade of the ink. Closing my eyes and breathing in deeply, I swear I can smell them. My person. And I think we'll leave it at that. Oh, I forgot. Go here to the save. Guess I don't need that one anymore. That seems like a nice place to leave it off on. Getting some answers, she believes she's found something that was also written by her person. And perhaps a hint of what is written on the scroll she has. But for now, with fireworks starting to come out in force despite still having, I mean, not a lot of daylight, but it's not exactly dark enough to fully enjoy them yet. But alas, people are persisting, so let's go to BRB screen and find someone to rate to. Here we go. Over to Twitch. Who of my wonderful, beautiful, entertaining friends is up and on? Maderico's still going? They were going on this morning too, doing a stream in Mecha Chameleon. Let's see. There's some art fight stuff. Juji. Sorry. Nothing super fitting. So I think we'll go with art fight. Juji is Team Mystery, it looks like. I'm not familiar with the team names this year. But we'll head over to them. If it allows me to. We're definitely copy pasting because I don't trust my ability to spell that right now. Do they allow it? Okay. So, as always, my wonderful tome readers, hope you were eating enough, drinking enough, getting enough sleep. Take care of your body so your body can take care of you. I don't have these scheduled up for next week, because I don't know if my schedule has anything for next week. But I think I can definitely guarantee something Monday afternoon. Perhaps more of this. But until then, let's go raid message. We'll go with, wrong thing. There we go. Fluffy Yuri romance raid. Coming from Please Be Happy. Yeah, till Monday, take care, sleep well, I'll see y'all around.